Whether it's changing light bulbs and managing property at his local church, or working on the PDAC convention committee, Ted Reeve is the kind of volunteer willing to roll up his sleeves and get the job done.
As a volunteer, Ted is all hands on deck, so he likes to jump right into any project that he's working on, get very involved in it, see it through to the end. He's not one to start something and not finish it.
He was very generous with his time. In the actual convention committee, there's some people that you can rely on, and sort of Ted was one of those people.
I enjoy doing it. I think the satisfaction is more inner. You can say to yourself, well, there's no financial reward to it, but that's part of the reward. Is it just makes you feel good about doing stuff, and I've had fun doing it.
Ted began his career as a geologist. Like many in the field, he was drawn to the outdoors.
And when I first was doing it, I thought it was wonderful. Companies would send you places, interesting places in the world, and they'd actually pay you to do this. And I just couldn't believe. I probably would have gone for no pay.
By age 30, he felt he needed to contribute more to the economic side of the projects he was working on. So he decided to go back to school and obtain a business degree.
And I ended up joining a brokerage firm as a mining analyst. And I did that for a long time. And at the end of that, I was still thinking I could do some things, so I set myself up as a kind of independent consultant.
He is a serious type. He has his fun side, but he's very methodical in the way he approaches things and very analytical.
Ted is well known in the industry for his work related to gold hedging.
Ted was the one who identified that as being more than a passing phase, and he started publishing a quarterly report on the gold hedging trends by the producers. He was very consistent about producing this detailed report. I think he did it for about 10 years.
Ted has worked tirelessly as a volunteer for many organizations. He is well liked and respected for both his professional and volunteer work.
Ted has a very good personality in terms of humor, friendliness. He's value-oriented. He's a family man, very easy to talk to.
Oh, very nice fellow, very warm, had a nice family. He was very good to work with, a very nice person.
Ted's involvement in the PDAC happened by chance while leaving a meeting. In passing, the convention director asked for his help.
First thing I did there was we had a commodity session at the beginning of the convention, and I worked on that for lining up speakers for that for the first, I think, 2 or 3 years.
Ted also worked on selecting companies for corporate presentations, working on the short courses and technical sessions.
And the big job is not actually sitting on the podium. The big job is lining up and making a coherent program, so finding speakers and getting them to commit.
While Ted is still active with the committee and already planning for 2019, he would like to see young people in the industry volunteering with the PDAC.
Whether they take a hand for 1 year or 5 years, it doesn't have to be forever. I think it's good professional exposure, as well as it's necessary because the younger people have better and newer ideas, and we need new ideas all the time in this business.